Peace, love, and light to my spiritual family. This is your boy Heru. We usually tribe in the Get Righteous podcast. Shout out to the Pharaoh, my brother Zito. Peace, love, and light to my truth seekers around the world that are out here researching, studying, getting the information that's needed. Um, Today's video, we're going to talk about the ether beam, the difference between Kemetic, Caucasian, Asian, um, beings. We're going to break down the difference between and get out of this race area. You know what I'm saying? Get y'all some truth of who you are, your biological makeup, your real DNA. You know what I'm saying? So you can really know who you are and stop being misled by all these leaders, so-called religious people, any person telling you who you are without you researching and finding out the truth. First and foremost, scientifically, in facts, everything that we bring you, what we talk about on this page, y'all know we only drop straight facts and straight receipts. Anything we talk about, you can gather, go get. Um, Try to make this brief. A lot of this is going to be in my big lecture with over 80 slides coming soon. So we're going to break down a little bit of a article. And here I'm gonna read about 3 pages of a book. I'm gonna show you the book that is cost over 900. I do have the book. Um, so that's just to let y'all know we talk about straight facts. Y'all know we only deal with facts, receipts. This has nothing to do with your religion, what race you are, white, black, Spanish, none of that. I just get the truth out there, tell you the truth, so you can know the truth. First and foremost, all humans, regardless of race, which is a social construct, can trace their ancestry to a black woman from southern Africa who walked this earth over 100,000 years ago. Family, when I when I'm teaching and telling y'all something, stick to the points of what when I say years and certain things like that, so you can stay with the timeline. And that way you can find out what's new, what's outdated, and what's fake when you start to go research. Today, scientists call her the Macedonian Eve, and her DNA can be found in black women today. Kenyan Mexican actress Lupita Nyong'o discovered she has the Macedonian Eve gene during the Finding Your Roots TV show on PBS with Henry Louis Gates. According to the results, I too, just like Lupita, possesses the Macedonian Eve gene. My results determined that I belong to the helpful group L1C1 with 100% ethnicity matching the Bedzan people of modern day Cameroon, also known as Takari, other Goliath, GT women may find similar results since haplogroup L1 is commonly found in people from West and Central Africa. So even with this surface and family, Putin finally, they reveal all of them are going to start to do this with this big awakening and what's happening. So to keep the religious construct in the picture, now they're going to show us as the ones who brought this so-called religion to the people, which we didn't. That's why I dropped that just now before showing y'all this picture, because the worship of man didn't come until years and years and years after. It was always the goddesses that we worship are the goddesses that we looked up to, you know what I'm saying, on the planet before man became the dominant species. Woman does not emerge from a man's rib, not ever. It would never be that way. You know what I'm saying? It is he who emerges from the woman. Now let's dive into the real part, which is National Geographic proves teachings on Mr. Yuku. And as y'all know, we call him Dr. Yaku. You feel me? The prestigious National Geographic Society has reported that scientists studying DNA have now confirmed that Europeans as a people are younger than we thought. Using the unbiased measure of genetic science, they point to the same birth date of the European as did the most honorable Elijah Muhammad. Professor Alan Cooper, director of the Australian Centre for Ancient DNA at the University of Adelaide, analyzed DNA from ancient skeletons and found that the genetic makeup of modern Europe was established just 6,500 years ago. 6,500 years ago. And remember, the first slide, I'll let you know who the first human being was, and we know how many years ago that was. Let's keep those two in mind. It is Mr. Muhammad who, in the face of much mockery and ridicule, taught that the white man first appeared 6,000 years ago on the island of Patmos, or Palan, in the Aegean Sea, where they had been made by a 600-year process of selective breeding called grafting under the command of a black scientist named Yakub. The 59,999 blacks who came with Yakub to the island were placed under a system of mating that was based on skin color, in which only lighter, complex babies were allowed to survive. Over the course of many generations, the populations of Patmos began to grow lighter and lighter until after 600 years, the people became very pale with blue eyes and blonde hair. From this island, base tribe of white-skinned albinos came, a behavioral, aggressive race of rulers, namely the Caucasians, who then spread into every corner of the world and who now represent 9% of the world population, one in every 11 human beings. This teaching of the birth of the white race has been central to the belief system in the Nation of Islam, and it has been met with hostility and profound resistance by its critics, who have most commonly termed it hate teaching. The most honorable Elijah Muhammad referred to the Caucasian as the new man, a human, a humankind. That's what they are, a kind of human who came from us, but he is different from us, as I explained in slide one. But the new man teaching contradicts a thesis that modern humans emerged in Europe 40,000 and 50,000 years ago. That's what they want y'all to believe. It has created a theological schism that has resulted in an impasse in interreligious understanding, but it is a theological impasse that secular scientists have now stepped in to overcome the controversy. Dr. Jonathan Pritchard estimates that the point in time when the genes of the Asian and European populations were altered was 6,600 years ago, the exact date that the Honorable Elijah Muhammad taught that Mr. Yakub began his Patmos Island grafting process. Professor Cooper pinpointed of this particular birth date of 6,500 years has generated deeper questions about the genetic process leading up to this date. Dr. Cooper said the genetics show that something around the point, something around that point caused the genetic signatures of previous populations to disappear. However, we don't know what happened or why, but over 80 years ago, Elijah Muhammad both pinpointed that date and detailed the process by which it occurred. This latest study by Professor Cooper fine-tunes and fortifies other recent research. Dr. Keith Ching, a geneticist of Pennsylvania State University College of Medicine, led a study that shows the evolution of a gene for skin color and suggests that Europeans lightened up quite recently, perhaps only 6,000 to 12,000 years ago. I got a lot more, but as I said, a lot of this is going to be in my lecture. If you do want a second video, just a brief video of some more, let me know in the comments, family. But like I said, it's all facts. We just dealing with truth. And as I start to break down the 6, 7, 8, and 9 ether beings in the next video, you'll get more into the biological structure of who we are and what's the truth. Peace, family. Love and light as always. You already know.